Hey, what's up everybody? This is T.E. Huff Fitness bringing you video number 4 out of our series. My name is Tyler. I'm just an everyday guy. I work an everyday job. I personal train on the side. I love fitness. I love helping people achieve their fitness goals. I really love working with people that want to make that lifestyle change. They want to make that fitness journey. And when I say fitness, I mean anywhere ranging from lifting weights to doing aerobics to whatever it is that makes you a better person. I love to help people who want to make that change but might not necessarily know how to go about doing it, find ways to do it. I love answering questions. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, or you can even email me questions at tehuffitness@gmail.com. and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If you like what you're watching, hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel, because that way you'll get notifications for more videos to come, which they will. So in this segment, we're gonna be talking about just a quick rundown of strength training and bodybuilding. Whenever you step into that gym to start your weightlifting journey, it's really important that you know what exactly you're wanting to achieve and what your goals are. Because there's a lot of guys and girls that like the idea of lifting weights, but they want to start lifting weights in order to get big and strong. Well, that's true, and strength and size do kind of come in turn with each other, but depending on what you're lifting and how you're lifting it and what your whole technique and method is, well, that's going to depend on whether you're leaning more towards the strength aspect of weightlifting or if you're going more towards the bodybuilding or hypertrophy aspect of weightlifting. So I'm going to give you just a quick generalized description of both so you know exactly what it is you want to achieve. Now, when it comes to techniques and methods, one thing I've learned is, man, there's nothing that's really set in stone. You know, you can kind of mold and adapt and shift things around to where they work for you personally, and that's actually the beauty of it. And I'm sure there's some kind of hybrid method that you can experiment around with and discover that will give you both size and strength. But right now, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown on both strength training and bodybuilding. Now, if you're looking for strength and you're looking for power, then naturally you wanna go with the strength training. And when it comes to strength training, you wanna go with high weight, heavy weight, and low reps. I would keep your rep range between 1 to 5 reps. I wouldn't go over 5, that's just me. I think that if you can get over 5 reps, then you need to throw on more weight to where you can't. So a common method that's formulated with strength training is the 5 sets of 5. Now, of course you can tweak on this. I mean, you can get 5 reps, then after that you can throw on more weight and drop it down to 4 reps. After that, throw on even more weight, drop it down to 3 reps. However you want to do it. You can keep it at 5 sets of 5. If you want to stair step down in your numbers, you can. If you want to max out 100% to where you can just push 1 rep out, that's fine. And because you are doing those low reps, I mean, you can do more than 5 sets if you like. I mean, as long as you're able to handle it. And when it comes to resting, give yourself plenty of time to gain your composure. Anywhere from 3 to 4, even 5 minutes. Some trainers suggest that time is not of the essence when it comes to strength training, and give yourself as much time as you need so that you can confidently get the next number of reps you're wanting to achieve in your next set. Now, this doesn't put a lot of stress on your muscles, but that's not the main focus of strength training, and that's what you need to know. When it comes to strength training, you're really conditioning your central nervous system and improving its ability to drive and activate your muscles with explosive force, with explosive movement. You're more or less focused on that heavy ass weight you're lifting or pulling, whatever. You're focused on that weight. You're focused on moving that weight from point A to point B. Let's take bench pressing, for instance. You're focused on just bringing it down and then pushing out with explosive power. You're training your central nervous system to more or less fire off on all cylinders to activate those muscles and push that weight out with explosive force. Now, that's the main focus. Doing strength training, you don't necessarily have to have a high-calorie diet, and that explains why I know a lot of guys that aren't that big in size, but man, they're strong as a freaking ox, and that's because they specialize in strength training, man. That's their focus. Now, on the flip side, if you're pushing some serious weight and you've got a high-calorie diet, I mean, then you are gonna get big. And really, man, with strength training, your muscles are going to develop. And you know, if anything, they're gonna become very dense. Their whole composition is gonna change. And you might even bulk up in size. But it's not gonna be the same size as what you see a bodybuilder. You know, you might just be a huge block, literally a block of muscle, just a huge mound of muscle mass. You might not have the cuts or the definition or the symmetrical look of a bodybuilder. That's not the focus, and that's not what and people that are into strength training, that's really not what they're into. You know, they're into that. Their main goal is to achieve that strength and that power. And that's why if you've ever watched some of these strongman competitions, some of those guys don't look like they're in shape at all. Some even just look fat, but they are still super strong. And if they ever got their hands on you and they were pissed off, man, it'd be some bad news. Now, when it comes to bodybuilding and achieving hypertrophy, well, you definitely want to keep, you want to lift relatively heavy weights, but you want to keep it light to the point that you can bust out anywhere from 10 to 12 to 15 reps. Now, I suggest not going over 15, just like I suggest not going over 5 in strength training. I mean, if you're pumping a weight and you just go through your 15th rep and you just keep on going, well, then that's obviously too light. And you're getting into something completely different. You're getting more into like just carving the muscle down. You want a weight that if you are going for 15 reps, you want it by the time you get to 13, 14, 15, it's all you can handle, it's all you want. And then your next set, you try and go for that same number, and if you can't, then you go to failure. You just can't go anymore. You want to keep this at 3 to 4 sets. Doing 3 sets, going 15 reps, 3 sets, I mean, that's going to be plenty, especially if you're just starting out. 4 sets is a good ideal average of sets to go for. As far as rest periods go, they're going to be much shorter than that of strength training. You want to keep it anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. Now there's times if you're already in a couple sets and you're just wiped out, maybe give yourself 90 seconds, but I would not go over 90 seconds. I put it on a timer on my cell phone whenever in between my sets, because 60 seconds will go quick. And what this is going to do is, it's going to give you just enough time to catch your breath. It's going to give you just enough time to let some oxygen back into your blood. But what you're wanting to do is exhaust that muscle. And that's the idea. And that's where you start to bodybuild. And that's when you start to tear those muscle fibers. They grow back bigger. And that's where you start getting your size. That's when you start achieving hypertrophy. And that's the point of bodybuilding. Where strength training is, you're conditioning your central nervous system just to push that heavy weight. Bodybuilding, you actually are focused on your muscles, on just ripping and just exhausting them to where they get bigger. You're focused on your form. Now, I'm not saying form isn't important when it comes to strength training. If you've got some crazy ass form that's all over the place, you're gonna hurt yourself, and we don't want to do that. But with bodybuilding, really focusing and critiquing your form is really going to play a huge part in isolating whatever muscle you're wanting to work out at that particular time, and that all plays a part in just enhancing that muscle. And if you're wanting to bodybuild and achieve size, then a higher calorie diet is recommended, because you'll definitely be burning those calories as you exhaust those muscles. So pretty much in a nutshell, that's the difference between strength training and bodybuilding. Strength training is really heavy weight, low reps, a good amount of rest time. You're training your central nervous system. Bodybuilding is lower, lighter weight, higher reps, way shorter rest time. You're exhausting those muscles to tear them and so they grow back bigger. You can find out what it is you're wanting to go for, and you can take the right steps to achieve that. But I would definitely find out what it is you're wanting. Get on that routine, get familiar with it, start getting your confidence up, and then as you start making that progress in that direction you want to go towards, then if you want to branch out and maybe try and experiment around, well, then go for it. Definitely lay down that foundation of what you want and build that foundation, and then you can just build up, build out, whatever. Whatever you're into, if you're wanting to start on that weightlifting journey, go for it. It'll change your life. It'll make you feel better. You'll feel better about yourself from the inside out. Thank you, and God bless.